Alright, well, let's do it, I guess. You've all seen the title of this video, you've seen the man on the thumbnail, you probably know what this is about if you've been on the internet for a while, but if you're not, let me catch you up to speed. MGK, that's a name that you either know and love, or you know and you wish you didn't. If you don't know, he is a pretty big mainstream artist in the world of music. He started off being a rapper, if you can call it, a hip-hop artist, and you know, back then he was kind of low-key and whatnot, you know, still had that youthful rage going on, and then he did what a lot of rappers do, which is to start calling out some people, such as, in the case with MGK, Eminem, who he made a song called Rap Devil, which was essentially a diss track towards Eminem, for whatever reason, completely unprompted. It seemed to go over well with his fan base, but then the big man heard about it and decided to make a response track, which, suffice it to say, fucked him up big time. I was there when it happened, I remember seeing the whole thing, and as a big fan of Eminem's music, especially his older stuff that I grew up on, it was pretty awesome to see that M still had it, you know, especially considering that his modern stuff hasn't exactly been my cup of tea personally. But hey, you know what? I think if you put MGK and Eminem side by side in a rap-off, then it's pretty night and day who's going to be the winner, and surprise, surprise, Eminem came up on top. But unlike a lot of these rap beefs that happen and have been happening all throughout the decades, this one was a little bit different because the loss was so big that it shifted him towards completely abandoning rap and hip-hop altogether. And he came back like Gandalf the Grey, and this time sporting a punk outfit, and released a bunch of pop-punk albums. Which, look, I don't want to get too into because obviously it's not the point of this video, but let me just say, as a fan of punk music, as a fan of pop-punk music, it's ass. But either way, the whole shift into the pop-punk sphere for MGK turned out to be a great freaking idea because it shot him up to a level of fame that he had never seen in his career before. But it turns out that recently, within the last month or so, MGK has come back to doing, I guess, hip-hop. He's giving it another go with this brand new track called, and I shit you not, JJK. And no, that's not just a coincidence. This is a hip-hop track where MGK is essentially doing nerdcore, where he is referencing anime, making anime bars, and making the whole song about anime. So much so, and he was so dedicated to this, that he collaborated with a Japanese rapper by the name of Yuki Chiba, who, honestly, I've never heard of him, but hey, that's completely cool, I guess, you know, if you're gonna do something about anime, you might as well throw in a couple of Japanese bars in there. But to cut a long story short, the reason why I found out about this track is because of Instagram. I was scrolling Instagram a couple of days ago, and up on my feed, just completely unprompted, there was footage of, I guess, MGK's recent live show here in Japan. And, Jesus Christ. This and another reel that we will get to is essentially the reason why I am making this video to begin with, because as the title says, this is probably one of the worst nerdcore songs I've ever heard in my life. But you know what? Admittedly, I haven't listened to the actual full song. I only listened to a couple of the bars, the little snippet from the reel that I saw, but just based purely on the reel, it didn't seem like a track that I was going to vibe with for reasons we will get into. So you know what, just to level out the playing field, just to make it fair for Mr. MGK, I've loaded up the actual official music video right here on YouTube, and we're gonna give it a listen. We will see if the reels were just taken out of context, maybe it was just a bad part of the song, or maybe I'm completely misjudging this track in its entirety. So let's go. That was myself in a past life, not the fast life, but a grower. I'm not much of a okay, Jesus Christ. If there's one thing I can say that is nice, and this is purely just my opinion, the beat, pretty cool. It kind of has a little bit of that breakcore, you know, the drum and bass element to it, which is quite nice. You know, a lot of the underground Japanese techno throwback, if you will. And the music video is like pretty simple, but pretty cool. You know, I'll give the cinematographer and the editor that, you know. But the lyrics. Jesus Christ. The lyrics. what the hell is going on with the lyrics, bro? Like, this is clearly just like MGK's attempt at, doing the whole nerdcore thing, because the entire song, well, I guess like 95% of the song, including Yuki Chiba's Japanese bars, were all manga and anime references. Which is, pretty cool that, for one, I guess, nerdcore has made it to a mainstream artist like MGK, for instance. As someone who's been listening to a lot of nerdcore, as someone who has done like collabs with nerdcore artists here on YouTube for the longest time, it's like kind of cool, I guess, but it's like, right message, wrong messenger. Because these lyrics, bro, these lyrics are, I don't know, single-handedly setting the nerdcore scene back by about 10-15 years, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? Don't take it from me, because I'm a mediocre rapper at best. Let's actually ask someone who is a little more qualified to break down the wonderful lyrics that JJK by MGK just happens to have. All right, well, with me, I have the one and only Rustage, who is
hello,
the goat of nerdcore. What can I say? He's my boy.
That is a crazy title. I am somebody who raps about anime online.
You've been doing it for a long time, though.
Fuck me. I've been doing it since I was like 13 years old. And honestly, I was so shit for so long.
Right.
I think only in maybe the last 3 or 4 years have I become okay.
He says that, but he's been goated in my eyes, which is why I think you were perfect to come on to this video to discuss the brand new MGK track, JJK. Have you listened to it?
Which I have not listened to. I sort of purposely avoided it because I kept being tagged in stuff about it. And listen, I have this thing where it's like, ultimately, it's a publicity stunt, like a lot of people's music is, like a lot of his music is.
Yeah.
And we're kind of just, by talking about it now, only going to benefit him, and proves that style of marketing works.
There's already like an infinite amount of TikToks and Instagram shorts that I've seen, talking about it. So.
We're just a splash in the puddle.
Exactly. But I just listened to the entire track from start to finish, because up until this point I had only heard little snippets of it, and I wanted to go through some of the quote unquote bars with you in this track, and just to get your opinions on do these bars fly past or not. Yeah, I have the Genius up right here, so
I love the Genius.
I'll go through his verse, because there's also another rapper on here, Chiba Yuki, who I guess is a Japanese rapper. And he does...
Come on, guys. I did the featuring a Japanese rapper on my anime track first.
I know, right? They're biting our whole shit off. We're not going to go into Chiba's verses, obviously, because it's entirely in Japanese. We're just going to focus on MGK's bars, because that's the one that's in English.
What if between then and now I became so proficient in Japanese? I know my sumimasen and my konnichiwas. Ego ga wakaimasu ka? That's all you need.
Hey, man, yeah, that's already better than MGK. All right, so I'm just going to read it as is, and then we can kind of discuss it, determine if it's a bar or not. From what I have heard and seen online, the one of the big reasons why, I guess, MGK's verse and this entire track has been put under scrutiny, the references that he makes just are straight up, like, either not true or have nothing to do with the actual anime itself.
Like, I'm not going to pretend the content that I make is high art. It's just I enjoy anime, and I enjoy video games, I enjoy whatever, and I want to make music about it. When I reference something, it's like there's a purpose to it.
Yeah.
Even if it's base level. I have a long catalog of music, so for sure you could find surface level drivel spotted throughout my work, but I feel like when you just name things for the sake of naming things without actually putting any effort into like making it make sense, it comes off bad.
And I think that's where a lot of the scrutiny in a lot of his bars are coming from. So the verse 1 of MGK starts off with, JJK, I'm going Gojo, 6-eye technique.
See, this is what I mean, right? This is what I mean. With the 6-eye technique, which I'm pretty sure is not one of his skills. I mean, I'm not that big of a JJK fan, but this is one of my pet peeves in nerdcore in general when I hear it from people. If they're making a song about a character or say something, they will just say the name of the technique and without anything else. Gojo's like 6 eyes things has so much to it that you could do a lot with it, right? Even at a base level, even if you're just referencing the fact that 6 is higher than 2. Even if you wanted to do that, that's at least something. But just saying that, it doesn't mean anything, because what does that mean? He's not even like using any of the benefits that the 6-eye technique gives Gojo. I guess it's not a technique, is it? It's like a genetic, it's a gift.
It's just like a skill he has, right? Like it's not a technique.
Yeah, so the 6 eyes are an idiosyncrasy rarely inherited within the Gojo clan. They are not a curse technique, is like the first line of the overview on the wiki. So it's like even if he was just wiki reading, he's done a poor job. He's wiki readed to the point where he's read the title of the article and nothing deeper.
The normal thing to do would be to kind of, maybe go off on the whole 6-eye thing, with maybe some other kind of, clever double or, something like that, right? But no, instead he goes, Demon Slayer, Katana Slice, all demigods must bleed.
What? You do what?
I don't know if MGK has watched the same Demon Slayer we all have, but I'm fairly certain
I don't think there's
demigods
demigods in there.
Yeah, demigods aren't in the show.
Listen, no, maybe he's working on a different level that I can't even comprehend. Maybe he's got an intelligence that is far greater than my own.
Third line, Chainsaw Man, I'm the rap devil. Who the fuck trying me?
I really just appreciate the singular rhymes at the end of these sentences.
I will say with this line, I do appreciate, the reference to like, the devils and stuff like that exist in Chainsaw Man, and then using that as the double of like Rap Devil, which was the diss track that he used for Eminem, right? But the thing that I don't understand about this line is where he says, I'm the rap devil, who the fuck trying me? Eminem actually tried you and fucking destroyed you. So
this is my point, right? That got him so much popularity.
Yeah.
This is the problem. It's more beneficial to do shit like that, because even if you look like a twat, you will get a significant audience boost from it.
100%.
I think what he's done is he's definitely gone anime, then thing, anime, then thing, anime, then thing. And if the fourth line is another anime, then thing, I guess that's the theme of the stanza.
And you are right. He has done exactly that, because his next line is, and I will say it exactly how he says it, Hunter x Hunter, I'm like Killua going Godspeed.
Does he say X?
He says X.
Oh, yeah. We've all done the Godspeed bar. Like, this is one of those things where when you're in a genre for so long, certain lyrics and bars become so overused, they become like funny cliches.
Yeah. And
people saying Killua I go Godspeed is like one of those things. It's definitely a line I've written when 10 years ago.
All right, let's continue on. Next line is, so he goes back to the JJK thing. JJK, blood manipulate, Choso gang affiliate.
What does that mean for him, though? Because, listen, Choso, obviously, he has, like, the blood stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, when they reference that in a song, especially Jujutsu Kaisen related, it's to be like, I've got blood brothers, I've got, people that I would die for, or they would have a line, a double to do with blood. He says blood manipulate, but for no context. I mean, it's like saying Naruto, Rasengan, I'm friends with Naruto, is what he's said here.
The next line is, Mob in Tokyo, curse assimilate. Out the underworld, we originate. Which I believe, I don't know if I'm stretching here, the whole mob in Tokyo might be like a reference to like Mob Psycho.
I mean, that's good.
Maybe,
that could be good.
Which is cool, but like, I don't know what that has to do with curse assimilate.
It's just, who is this for, I guess?
I think it is legitimately for like the new gen anime fans who know all of these shows and are excited to hear a mainstream artist like MGK even reference them.
Like reference them?
Yeah, but the thing that this audience doesn't understand is that like MGK is not the first rapper to make anime references in the mainstream.
And also, like, if in like a British grime, there's Man Don't Care by JME, and I think Giggs has a line that says, "Man's like boo, I'm back with that margin." That's a good anime bar, because margin boo, and he's got like, that's a money thing, and he's just slipped that in there, and it's a double rhyme with garden and darken that he's doing.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a triple, because he does Mac just stardom, back with that margin, back of the garden. He does an atta the argan.
Yeah.
See, that's like a good example. It just came to my mind of using an anime bar in a track. And then, here's my other issue with this, is that if you're making a general track that you want to include a lot of anime references, usually you have like a central theme that you want to you know, the track also has a message, and I guess the message here is I'm very cool. It's like a generic braggadocious thing.
Yeah.
But even in that sense, you still want to do something, and I think he's not doing anything except for, like, he's been quizzed on name every anime character you know, and he's just spouting it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and then he makes another JJK reference in the next line. He says, Fushiguro, all my dogs shikigami.
Again, this is similar to the Killer with Godspeed one, where this is another line that is so overdone in the nerdcore community. Like, I think I've heard it about 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
It's like saying I've got that beam like Kamehameha. There's a lot of these like generic lines that I like. These are technically bars, but it's everybody's done them. Everyone's done a I've got that dog in me, Denji, you know, that kind of thing.
This next line has an internal rhyme. So this is the first one we've seen, I believe. Yuji, shoot at them like Fuji, we don't hide the body. So he took Yuji, like Yuji Itadori from JJK, and he said that he was going to shoot at them like Fuji, which I believe is the mountain in Japan. And then he uses Fuji to reference the forest by saying, we don't hide the body. Which, first of all, kind of a tasteless bar, if you ask me. But also, shoot at them like Fuji. Shoot at them like you're a mountain. Is that, like, what is that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I think I have referenced the Logan Paul Suicide Forest in a track before.
I'm sure, like, MGK and you are not the only ones who have referenced it. I don't have a problem with that. It's the fact that he's trying to connect that to Yuji Itadori, who, I don't know, man. I haven't caught up with JJK, but I don't remember the Yuji going into the fucking forest arc.
You can determine if my line is good. So this is a track about Green Bull from One Piece. I turn them into vegetables and I don't talk in synonyms. This forest makes a killing even Logan would be visiting, is the line I made.
Okay, see, your one is funny though. Like you added humor into your bar. And I'm not just saying that because you're my mate, idea. Right? But like
I think it is important that when you're referencing something that you're at least making some sort of twist or interesting, like, maybe joke or like line on it that isn't just this is the thing.
Next line, which is you know what, I'll say the next 2 lines. Solo level up, I need the crystals. Neon Genesis, we came with missiles. So obviously Solo leveling and Neon Genesis Evangelion reference. The Solo leveling one, I understand, because, you know, obviously the whole mana crystal shit that exists in Solo leveling and stuff. But, you know, and which is like, you know,
crystals is definitely like a double for...
Yeah, for like bling or, you know, rocks or whatever it might be, right? So, you know, okay, that one, sure, why not? Neon Genesis, we came with missiles... is an interesting line because
they can't shoot missiles.
They don't shoot missiles. I guess he might be referencing like the scene from one of the movies where the Ava stops the missile. But the way that he's written it here, Neon Genesis, we came with missiles, makes it sound like the Avas use the missiles, which, if you've watched the show, you know they don't.
It does feel like he wanted to reference an older anime. So he's like, it's not all about new animes like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, guys. Solo level up, that's also just another very generic one that has been used many a times. Okay,
so then his next line, he says, DBZ Krillin Destructo Disc.
Maybe he's saying, because this, you know, it's a song, so it's on a disc, and the disc is destructive because it's good music. That maybe I'm giving him a lot of credit there.
I think all it is literally him going anime.
Just saying the
character
name.
From anime. The move that character uses, and just that's it.
It depends on if he follows up with, like, I'm like Sasuke, Chidori.
I mean, you're pretty close, because the next line, he says, tapped in Ninetales, I'm going Naruto in this bitch.
Oh, man. What does it mean?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I guess, like, tapped in is like he's getting the chakra. He's tapped into the chakra.
Going Naruto in this bitch is an amazing line. And then the next 4 lines,
Sometimes I like to go Naruto in this bitch.
The next 4 lines is a stanza where each line starts with, I'm going X. So it's like, I'm going X with X. I'm going X with X, right? So it's like, you know, it's got a little bit of a flow. But I guess this is where the point of, I think, MGK realizing that he has run out of anime references. So he starts with, I'm going Liu Kang with the kicks.
Okay.
Which
He
is
does do
obviously
that.
Street Fighter. Oh, sorry, Mortal Kombat, excuse me, not Street Fighter.
Yeah. Oh God, you're really. Oh.
Yeah, my bad, game.
Cancel this guy.
Yeah, sorry. The next bar is my absolute favorite. I'm going pickle green with the Ricks. Bro deadass in the middle of an anime rap song made a fucking Pickle Rick reference.
Maybe I'm stupid, but what does pickle green mean? I understand. No, I understand the Rick and Morty. He turns himself into a pickle, and this is the thing about Rick and Morty is that they will do commentary about the stupidity of like the popularity of stupid things like wubba lubba dub dub and turning yourself into a pickle, and then unironically those things become increasingly popular, only proving their point. What does pickle green mean? What does going pickle green mean? Does it mean that like he's making a lot of money? I understand. I'm not the height of understanding slang and lingo. Just listen to the way that I'm sounding.
And then he makes an interesting reference. He says, I'm going Spike Knuckles on the mitts, which is a Sonic the Hedgehog reference. And then he makes like an obscure like underground hip-hop collective reference. Doesn't matter. But the final line, again, I'm going to say it exactly how he said it. I'm going Ryuk with the Death Note. You could die too on this list.
Oh, he doesn't say. Oh,
he doesn't say
says
Ryuk.
His name wrong.
He says Ryuk. If you watch Death Note, you'll know it's not Ryuk. It's Ryuk.
Yeah.
You know, that's his verse, and then the chorus is basically just him repeating, "JJ Gay, we gonna fuck this whole city up."
They did do that in JJK.
They did that.
Fuck up the city.
I don't know if they're gonna do it with this track in particular, but you know,
seems like a threat.
I guess they did fuck up a lot of things. Maybe not the whole city, but
they've sort of fucked up my last 24 minutes. I'll be honest.
What do you rate it? What would you say? If I came to you, right?
Okay.
If I came to you and I was like, hey, Rossage, here's, we're gonna do this track together. Here's my verse. What do you think?
As I said at the opening and throughout, it is very surface level, just I named this character and it doesn't mean anything. Like usually when you are making a reference, and this is not unique to anime music, usually when you're making a reference to something, it's because you're trying to say something and using that as like a clever double or bar or whatever. It's not a rap lyric to just say the name of something and that's it. I admit, I will have songs where I will say a character and then and that's it in a way, but even then I'm saying at least something surface level, because half the time he's not saying anything surface level here, he's just naming shit for no reason.
The people I think who are hyping this up are the people who clearly don't listen to a whole lot of nerdcore, don't listen to a lot of just hip-hop in general.
But hey guys, if you love anime and you love music and rap music and other music, there's a whole genre out there made by people who also love anime. The reason why I rap about anime is because I like anime, and I was doing this for 7 years for no audience. Like I had no audience making raps about anime and stuff, but I was still making a song every other week because I enjoyed it and I was passionate about the things I was making music about. And then it happened to blow up and get popular one day. A lot of people, I guess nowadays, will be making a song about something or referencing something because it's popular or because people enjoy it, and so they want to get bonus points by referencing it. I think it's still, with anything, important to create stuff that you're passionate about. And for a lot of people, that is just like making music about themselves, which is totally valid. But when I make music, even about like historical figures or video games or Sherlock Holmes, it's because I'm a massive nerd and I have many hobbies and interests, and I like representing the things that I enjoy through the music that I make. This is very much not that.
Yeah.
And you can tell that.
I legitimately think this song, and I agree with all the criticism of people saying that this song set nerdcore back like 10 years.
Well, the thing is, I don't think he knows what that is. It's a niche genre. And legitimately, I think that MJK was like, I'm going to do something nobody's ever done before. I'm going to reference anime in a track. I'm going to base my track around anime with no knowledge. And this is the thing. This happens all the time with other stuff. People will always think, I'm going to have this crazy idea nobody's done before, without realizing there's a subculture already doing things about it for years. At the end of the day, and I think it's important to state this, that this is also just my opinion. And if you like the song, that's totally fine.
Well, I'm sorry, Rostage, for ruining 30 minutes of your life with those whack-ass bars.
It's okay. Actually, you know what? I got to spend time with you, and that improved it.
And hey, you know what? If you want to listen to some actual good fucking nerdcore, go check out Rostage's stuff.
Only my recent stuff. Don't go too far back.
Hey, spin out track Dio.
It's gotta be
that song is fire.
That might be too far back at this point.
I think one of the biggest things when it comes to this song that I have seen personally, and I guess is the buzzword of the year, that is especially aimed towards the people of the anime community is the whole thing of being a LARPer. Because yes, they're not tourists anymore, they're LARPers, apparently. Which, first of all, I fucking hate that word because it just, you know, is the incorrect use of the word to begin with. But my biggest thing with the whole MGK being called an anime LARPer and stuff like that is it's not even my main concern with the track or this whole thing. Even if, hypothetically, and I don't know the man's life, but hypothetically, let's say he's always been the biggest manga and anime fan since childhood, right? Like, he grew up like all of us other anime nerds and watching, you know, DBZ and stuff like that on TV at school and whatever. Even if he was the biggest anime fan of all time and he's actually legitimate about being an anime fan, it doesn't excuse the fact that the majority of these bars and the majority of his verse are just not well written. You don't have to be an expert in rap. You don't have to be an expert in writing lyrics or anything. You don't even have to be a professional musician to identify the fact that he's not saying anything on this track. He's not making any clever or witty or funny little double entendres or double meanings that reflect on his life or anything like that. He's literally just naming an anime, naming a character, naming a move that character uses it, and then that's it. It doesn't flow all that well. The references don't go beyond a surface level. So it's no wonder that people are throwing around the whole LARPer tag at MGK because, yeah, this legitimately sounds like it was written by a person who got into anime over the COVID pandemic. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering about the whole second verse, the actual Japanese verses by Yuki Chiba, it's really not that much better, in my opinion. If anything, if you can believe it or not, in a lot of aspects, actually worse than MGK's verse. At least I guess he's making a little bit more of quote-unquote deeper anime references by referencing anime like Samurai Champloo and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and very Japanese anime like The Fable and Oishimbo and stuff like that. He also makes a Toriko reference as well, which is pretty interesting considering the background of the author. But the flow is just atrocious. It sounds like he's not even rapping, but just kind of talking over the verse while making, again, these anime references that don't go beyond the surface level. And as Rustage said, this is not something new that MGK is doing. He's not like inventing the concept of making anime references in hip-hop tracks, because not only has the nerdcore scene on YouTube been doing it for literal decades at this point, but also there are other non-YouTuber rappers, especially in the underground, that make quirky little anime references from time to time. For example, MF Doom on the Vaudeville Villain album made a super deep Fist of the North Star reference right at the end of his track, which is still one of the craziest references I've ever heard, and just another reason to add to the list of reasons as to why he is the GOAT. But let's talk about the actual reel that started off this whole inspiration to make this particular video, because it's this reel right here where I guess him in Japan making a first time, I guess, live show appearance of his brand new song JJK, which makes sense, you know, with all the anime references. He probably thinks, oh, the Japanese audience is gonna fucking love it. Standing right here with his hair all spiked up like a Yu-Gi-Oh character that's gonna die in the first episode, and he does this monologue before introducing it, which just set off the internet. So let's play it, shall we?
I need you to understand that for the next 3 minutes, my name is not Machine Gun Kelly. For the next 3 minutes, my name is Satoru Gojo.
My name is Satoru Gojo. Brother, you are 36 years old. What are we doing? You could have at least had the decency to pronounce Satoru Gojo correctly. And you couldn't even do that for whatever reason. But if you thought this performance couldn't get any more cringe, then there was this reel where I guess it's just a mix of him sucking up to the Japanese in what I can only describe as the most 2000s era weeaboo way imaginable.
I love you too, you fucking Japanese motherfuckers, I love you. It's obvious that I wish I was Japanese, okay? All I do is watch anime and try to dress like you guys and do my hair like you guys.
All I do is try to dress like you guys and do my hair like you guys? Dog. No one looks like you. Like, he's literally doing the whole, like, 2000s era weeaboo of like, oh man, I love anime so much. I wish I was Japanese.
I think you guys are super fucking cool, and I wish my mom was Japanese. Okay? I wish my mother had with a Japanese man so that I could be like you. Thank you mostly for...
There's no way. There's no way, bro. There is no way he is... There's no way. This has to be rage bait. There is no way he unironically just said, I love anime so much that I wish my mother was Japanese. I wish my mother had sex with a Japanese man so I can be just like you guys. Well, as someone who has a Japanese mother, I can say, stop it. On behalf of all Japanese people, on behalf of all hafus that live in Japan, and for all of the anime fans, whether you're a LARPer or a tourist or an OG or whatever fucking subcategory of an anime fan you want to give, don't do this again. Probably just stick to other things, and if you do want to continue down this whole like nerdcore scene, if you want to really like tap into the whole like anime rap thing that you're clearly trying to tap into, then take a little bit more time with it. I'm not asking MGK to go and watch 500 anime before he has the right to write a fucking rap song about anime, alright? Like, just remember what the whole point of writing bars is about. You know, take a little more time to actually construct your bars to A, make it make sense, B, make sure the references are actually correct, and C, use those references in a clever way that reflects upon the message that you're trying to portray, or something about your life, or whatever the fuck the track is supposed to be about, instead of just listing it off like a Wikipedia article on a beat. I mean this wholeheartedly. I am jealous of the people who listen to JJK, that track, and actually fuck with it and think that it's a good song, and that they think that all the anime bars and all the anime references that he listed off in that song were like hard or like tough or anything like that. Because if you do think that, all the more power to you, brother. But if you actually care to listen to artists and rappers and musicians who make references to anime and actually do it in a well-written, more clever way, then there is an entire community here on YouTube called the Nerdcore community that has been doing it for years and years and years, that has honed their craft, that I have had the pleasure to work with for the longest time, who are genuinely nice people and who are actual anime fans that write actual substantial anime bars. So yeah, shout out to my boy Rostage for helping me to rank these bars. Links down in the description below, obviously. And please go and support nerdcore artists here on YouTube. There are plenty of them, and they write so much better than any mainstream artist like MGK ever could. But yeah, this is the first and last time I'm ever going to talk about this. So thanks for slogging through with me. And thanks for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smack my face right here, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep making big channel number go bigger. Over here next to my head, a couple more videos you can check out if you enjoyed this one. And God, if MGK continues going down this path with more nerdcore stuff, I might have to go in. Low-key, I might have to go in. But until then, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.